Hello world, this is Green Mountain Aquaponics Masterclass, and lesson 1 is going to be our fertilizer and compost lesson, where we learn why we use compost and what we get from it, and a little bit about how we use it. Now, lesson 0 was the introduction. It was nice, it was pretty, it was bright, it was green. But to get there, we gotta start in the dirt, of course. So, let's start in the dirt with a compost. Now, you'll notice this is on a kitchen floor. These have been sitting here for probably 9 months or more. And I've had no problems with leaks, with smells, with escaping worms. I've had no problems. And I've been filling and emptying these bins with dirt and food waste for a long time. Long enough that I know that this does not create a problem. I don't see any holes in the bin. There are no holes in the bin. It does have some ventilation. This is not a perfect seal on the top. And you just saw the worms. Where are they? They're in there. You can see them moving. There's a lot of them in there. And I mean a lot of them. And they chew through everything the aquaponics doesn't want. The root system, the extra dirt, it all goes into these containers for processing. And then the worms process it. And yeah, they're up on the side, but it's no big deal. You can imagine these trays full of roots and dirt, leftover seed, stuff like that. And each one of the trays gets emptied into there. Give it a week, and it turns into compost. It's not really hard to imagine what it is to turn it over and mix it up. I mean, come on. Let's think mixing dirt with our hands here. This is dirt, this is compost, this is what it is to compost. You know, we mix, we sift, we turn it over until it's nice and fine and there's no recognizable, formerly living stuff, and it's all just dirt. And that's where all the dirt from this comes from. Why don't I use a soilless mixture? Why? Why would I not use a soilless mixture? It's because I care about how my greens taste. I'm not saying you don't care if you use a soilless mixture, maybe you just don't know. But I use the compost because all that nutrition gives it such an incredibly robust taste. It's intense. The taste, it's unlike anything that people are used to. And I get people, they tell me that all the time. The customers from my restaurants, the owners, chefs, they say it's the flavor. It's not just the appearance of your greens, but the flavor is so intense, so robust, so clean, so unmistakable. It's rich, it's delicious. We want more. And this compost, this highly nutritious compost, is where that taste comes from. Okay? If you use the soilless mixture, it's going to lack nutrition, it won't taste as good. Now, there can be some conditions and issues people would have. Oh, isn't there problems with bacteria and this and that, rotting issues? And you know what, I'm going to say, don't worry about that right now. We're going to cover that in later classes. This is lesson 1. This is your first lesson, and lesson 1 is start a compost. Okay, it's really simple. You start a compost because a compost works. Now, do I have a little thing here for earthworm Jim? Here we go. Hold on. Now, if you want to get the best worms for composting, hold on, I got the bag right here. This guy. Oh, yeah. Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. I'll tell you, he's got the best worms I've seen online. And it comes clean, they come healthy, without a lot of excess material, without a lot of other bugs and weird stuff. It's worms, the whole worms, nothing but the worms, and all the worms you order. Do not get scammed by some guy on eBay or something that promises you a pound, and yeah, it's a pound all right if you include the wood chips. All right, I don't like that. So this guy will actually, when he says a pound of worms, he means a pound of worms. And they'll be the good ones. So, start a compost. Food waste is really simple. Don't add animal products, with the exception of eggshells to your compost. Alright, you can add eggshells after you clean them. I would clean them, definitely clean them. Alright, get the egg stuff out of them. And then crumple them up into small pieces. That's going to help regulate your acidity. If you don't add eggshells to your compost, it will become more acidic and more acidic and more acidic until it becomes so acidic, everything dies. Add eggshells. Don't find out the hard way. Don't try and substitute with baking soda or chalk or throw in some milk and magnesia tums, Epsom salt craziness. Don't. Just eggshells, all right? You know, we can get eggshells. People farm chickens. Not a big hard thing to get. You don't even gotta. You can just go to a cafe and say, "Hey, yo, give me some eggshells." All right. You could try it. Anyways, compost. Start a compost. Get a bin. It's not hard. Storage bin. Any regular type of storage bin. If you get a one without the lids on it like this, then get one where you can leave it partially covered, not completely covered. I can go over some additional composting tips in later classes. But yeah, lesson 1. Get a compost and get it good and start it up. You will save yourself so much money because you don't gotta buy dirt for anything. Really, you got enough compost, you just stop buying dirt. And instead you use the most nutritious fertilizer that I've ever seen. Beats the pants off of Microgreens. It's at least 2 or 3 times more powerful than the stuff you get in the hydroponic shops. That expensive designer dirt that has like bone meal, kelp, kale, crap, everything, all this crazy stuff ground up into it. And you know what? Earthworm castings that you make at home are honestly more compact, hold more water, they hold it for a longer period and provide nutrition. So start a compost. The planet will thank you, and so will I. Bye for now. Lesson 2 next week. Oh, what's it gonna be? Infrastructure. We gotta worry about racks and lighting. Gotta have racks and lighting. All right, guys. See you next time.